Welcome, Capricorn. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Capricorn reading, occurring on the 18th of this month and having a big impact on your present power, your present moment, your perspective. That it really feels as though it is a dramatic release from the past. In your overall energy for the reading, the 10 of Cups is telling me that you have redefined your inner circle and your community by extension, that you are absolutely engaged in overturning old stories, old connections, relationships that no longer serve you, places where you never felt as though you belonged. And it isn't a criticism or complaint about those relationships per se. It feels more that you have recognized the limitation in your ability to be truly and authentically connected to people from your past. This can include family members, close friends, ways that relationships that have defined you and in some cases limited the flow of reciprocal support and positive emotions that you've experienced. So there feels like the cleansing of an emotional revolution for you. I pulled from the Soul Journey card, Purpose. I know what I am here to do. And these feel very much intertwined, that perhaps family members, friends have not embraced the sense of purpose and mission that you have increasingly embraced in your life. And part of that sense of purpose has required you to overcome patterns that were not benefiting you. And I suspect that many of you have been giving generously to relationships that did not give back to you. There was a lack of belief in your mission, your power, your gift. And this has finally helped you to realign yourself with what works for you, those relationships that are reciprocal and see you. From the Egyptian Sacred Animals Oracle, I pulled the Jackal, number 9, and I will look that up and read to you what the guidebook says. And the key words are end and transformation. The jackal is associated with the god Anubis, symbol of death, mummification, and the afterlife. Death closes a chapter and does not necessarily represent a physical end, but often marks a major change in these moments. There may be sadness, but also relief and a sense of completion. The card suggests returning to your roots, eliminating the superfluous and allowing yourself space to cry. Do not pretend that everything is fine. It isn't, but it will be in the end. Something is over, even if it doesn't seem real. Sometimes there are inevitable events. Right now, the only thing you can do is entrust yourself to the protection of the jackal. Guided by its presence, you will soon discover that this transformation was necessary. Indeed. So this is profound. The endings that you're activating, the redefinition of your relationships is fully active. It's almost raw. And I don't emphasize the emotionality simply because I believe for many of you to be in a space of this kind of dramatic transformation, you have done a whole lot of healing work over a very long period of time. It feels as though you've healed a life story that was limited or restricting to you. In the 10th house of your social purpose, of the way others see you, the Fool feels really perfect right here, although the word perfect is less than satisfactory. It feels appropriate for you because what I'm sensing is that for many of the Capricorns that I'm reading for here, you have been perceived as foolish, as not following up or taking advantage of what others perceived as your entitlement, the things that you could have exploited or used to your benefit. Instead, the story I'm getting is that many of you have been on a completely different path, one that even you couldn't always explain, and one that in many ways has led you to experience the kind of failure and error that has taught you a lot about who you truly are. So my sense is that you have always felt a sense of uniqueness, marginality, not being really at the center of things. And that has spurred your exploration and discovery of other aspects of the world that you're now able to integrate into the community, the circle that you have created for yourself. In the first house, the Knight of Swords is describing your ability to uh, not distance yourself, uh, put aside your emotions, to be dispassionate about the powerful feelings that you have been processing over many years. And that has been spurred by your curiosity around how, in fact, you could challenge your assumptions about the way things were, about what you were told to expect from and in the world. And that has maintained a sense of perpetual curiosity, never being completely satisfied with the answers that you were given, and this ability to challenge your own assumptions ultimately so that you could release old stories, expectations of others, which feel as though they were significant for you. Your family of origin expected a lot from you. And you early on, this is my sense, moved in a completely different direction. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your family, your foundation, another Knight. So this is the emotional energy that you've learned to acknowledge, to explore, to integrate into your purpose. And this does feel like it comes from a very basic desire to be loved, attended to, nurtured, seen, and supported in a way that perhaps because the expectation for you was so grand, so phenomenal, that there was a lot that you were expected to do for yourself, or a lot that you were assumed you could do for yourself, that you didn't need help. And in fact, quite the opposite was true. There's an image here of a childlike wonder that has never been abandoned by you. This sparkly experience of the world that is full of wonderment and awe, and that is intrigued by the way the world works, the way the natural world works, the beauty and abundance of that. So I do feel that this change that you've instituted in your life, that you are making in your life, has come from a long journey to feel worthy of the love that you desire. After all, if you didn't follow the path that was assigned to you by others, then you have perhaps constantly undermined your deservedness for love, for good things in your life. In the seventh house, the significant relationships, the Seven of Cups. This is opening up a lot of possibilities for you in your life. Depending on where you are in your life, I do believe that this is a way in which you've always viewed opportunities as you've turned away from the status quo. But now these opportunities are ones that you've manifested. They're not simply random things that are out there. Superficial success, more things, better relationships, the pitfalls of success or danger. These are all things that have always been there, but the opportunities you're looking at are ones you specifically are growing for your own benefit and naturally for the benefit of humankind. These things are wound up for you because I sense that you have no longer prioritized this need to belong as you've manifested the community and the inner circle that resonates with your purpose, your goals. So the sense of belonging is something you've already consolidated for yourself through your sense of purpose. You're supposed to be here, and you're supposed to be doing what you're doing in this moment. Capricorn, if this reading is resonating for you so far, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot, and thank you to all of you that are present with me and for me in whatever way that happens. So I'm going to clarify the wheel of the horoscope, the axis of the wheel, starting at the first house. The Knight of Swords is clarified by the Temperance card. The Knight of Cups is clarified by the Servant or the Page of Wands. The Seven of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords. And the Fool card is clarified by the Temperance, the Star card. This is incredible energy and really goes back to this idea of the transformation that is occurring to you. So there's a conscious focus on your own healing, your external balancing in the world. That's where you've put your attention, what you think about, how you're strategizing, how you're positioning yourself to balance out the external opportunities and challenges with the inner resources you have. And this is hinged on a vision that you have, a sense that you yourself have been the chalice of a kind of refinement where you've had to cleanse your spirit, cleanse your story of negative aspects or experiences that you've had, a tendency to blame or be anger or feel resentment when others were able to achieve something that you thought you could have achieved with greater ease. So this is helping me to see that you understand the path to through your own curiosity, your own ability to create through your word, through your action, through information, through the pursuit of your truth. And it has been circuitous for many of you because of your multiple identities, the multiple experiences that you have in the world. In the fourth house, the Knight of Cups is clarified by the Page of Wands. It's interesting because it's as though your emotional nature has gotten a refresh, has gotten a reboot. It's as though every difficult challenge you've gone through, as you have opened up your heart, stripped away all the veils that have shrouded you, kept you hidden, and in many ways kept you safe. You have remove those and are, as a result, feeling lighter, clearer, more energized, and highly motivated to pursue the things that you are actively manifesting from your heart. The seventh house, the Seven of Cups, is clarified by the Nine of Swords. This is really showing me the how your story has so often played out in the past. And I was formerly speaking about the things that have always been available as the shiny things that represent success in our social world, and the difficulty that you've had gaining even the most modest of those rewards, that success that has seemed to come so much more easily to others whom seem so much to be so much less gifted or skilled than you. You've really had to work through those bitter, sorrowful, painful feelings of being denied and being envious of those that were not denied. This has been a long, very difficult healing for you. But you recognize that really focusing less on what others have and focusing more on the opportunities that you have innately created and manifested for yourself has allowed you to end this cycle, and thus this experience of an ending, of something being truly and finally over. You're no longer looking for the goodies or the rewards that are supposed to be important. Instead, you have manifested your own sense of success, completion, abundance, and reward. Let me put these back. And for the Fool card in the 10th house, it's clarified by the Star card. And this is absolutely stunning. Everything for you now is motivated by the hope of the improvement of your life and the world, the life of the world, your community. You understand that you can change, you have changed, you will change. It is within your power to change. And that change rests on the faith that you've invested in yourself, the absolute confidence that you can overcome any difficulty, that there is nothing blocking you that you cannot step over, you cannot work around. And this is really transforming your world from the idea of one that is full of blocks and enemies to one that is merely an adventure, an exploration. You don't need to know where it's going to end up to know that this is what satisfies your heart. This is why you're here. You're meant to go places perhaps no one else has gone before. No one in your memory or circle has gone before. But you know that you've been there before. You've already been there. And so this sense of the Fool is a reclamation for you. This is the divine child, the Fool as the divine child. Completely trusting in your ability to ultimately fly, and how much better the world is as a result of this newfound power and faith. I'm going to finish this reading with a crystal oracle, and I have pulled the orpiment, and the key word is success. I am successful in all that I do. Wow. Thank you, fellow Capricorns, for this beautiful reading. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Until next time, namaste.